Good morning, dear friends. It's Chris here. So, welcome to my episode 2 of a WIP Chat. Today is November 19th, 2020. It's about 7 in the morning. So, today, let me start off by saying, if you watched my first one, you knew that I did a Proust questionnaire and I had to split it in 2 parts. So I did part 1 in my first WIP Chat. And so the second one episode was supposed to be obviously part 2. But, for me, just generally, I guess, being lazy about it and not doing it and putting it off a little. And then other things kind of that I wanted to talk about, and I was going to do one about the other things, but then I kind of put that off too. And so finally, I'm almost finished with this Christmas morning Diamond Art Club, and I figured, well, let me do it now and go yet on another topic which I wasn't planning on talking about, or I was going to do it in a different video, but so the part 2 of my questionnaire will be done at a later time. So today I wanted to talk about a few different things. Let's see. Okay. So first, I'll give you a rundown. First, I'm going to talk about the current project that I'm on right now. Second, my second subject, I'm going to talk about the actual things that I was, that was going to be in our other WIP Chat. I just wanted to touch on real quickly. The third thing I wanted to the third and fourth thing I want to talk about were like diamond painting company related issues, like content and subject matter, and then the fourth thing was pricing and promos and stuff like that. Now the fourth thing is really connected to the next video I'm going to put up, which will be an unboxing. There's going to be a connection there, so if you're interested to know a little about that, about the unboxing, either listen to my WIP Chat here, or you could skip ahead, whatever you like. So that's kind of the order I'm going to do it in. I don't know how long it's going to take. It could take me like 10 minutes to talk about, or it could take me like 45. We'll see. So let's talk about this project. So, like I said, this is the Christmas morning Diamond Art Club. I actually forgot how long it's taken me. So it's probably, I want to say maybe 3 weeks. Now, I'm about probably 98% done. I'm going to get this whole part done. This is the only part I have left right here that you can see. And this will be done today for sure. And then there are other parts that you probably can see. I don't know if you can see that's not done, is like the lettering here and this over here. The light is kind of blurring that out, but that's not done. That's because that's going to have to wait. So my post review will probably take place on maybe Monday. I'll probably have a video on Monday. If I can, hope possibly maybe on the weekend, but I kind of doubt that, because what I did was, and I'll get to it in the other video, I guess, but I used a lot more white ABs than they had. What do you call it? I want to say scheduled, but that's not the word. That they sketched out for you. And so I ran out, and then I used the ABs that they provided in other areas, so I ran out of that too. So I had to order more. So it's supposed to come on Saturday, more ABs, so I can finish this, and hope maybe it'll come Friday, which is tomorrow, but I doubt it. It'll probably come Saturday. Anyway, I say all that to say the finished is almost here. So just a few more days. Oh, I haven't even started yet. I start talking and I don't want to forget what I'm saying. So I'm not a multitasker really. Like I can't, like it's always amazing to me when you see people on the phone and writing and then, doing all this other stuff all at once. I'm like, no, I can't do that. Believe me. Like if I'm on the phone and you're trying to tell me the spelling of your name or your address or something for whatever reason, like when I worked in an office and all that, it's like, okay, we got to go slow. I'm just not good at that, and I can't. Also, when I'm on the phone with somebody, I have to be completely focused on that. If somebody else is trying to talk to me, or if there's a TV on or anything, I can't concentrate at all. I don't know. My mind does not connect to both things at once, and I completely get lost. And I'm like, I basically then can't hear anything, which is also why I don't like when people talk to me when like on my home when my mom and dad would talk to me and the TV was on. I mean a real discussion, not just a short one, but it's like no, we gotta mute this. Anyways, so I went off on a tangent. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. My point I was saying. So, okay. See, Scarlett's making some noises because the TV's not on. She likes to hear the TV. She shuts up when the TV's on. But when it's not, she coos like that all the time. So, yeah, this is about to be done. And like I said, I'll have a post review on it soon, in the next few days. The pros and the cons and how it came out. And I think that was it about that. Like I said, again, I kind of went off there, so if I forgot to say something, which I probably did, even though I think about this in my head, but it goes out when I start recording. So the second thing I wanted to talk about was the schedule I basically had created for myself for these chats. So like I said, I was supposed to do the part 2 of the questionnaire. And I kind of intended on doing it fairly quickly, or at least just to film it, and then maybe I would post it at a later date. I didn't want to post it right away because it's the kind of a longer video and it's not like an unboxing. It's a little different and it's more personal, so I kind of wasn't going to post it right away, but I was going to at least probably film it. But I'm just so lazy about it. I know all I got to do is put up this stand thing here and just hit record, but that's just me. I'm a very lazy person when it comes to stuff like this, and anything, most things really. The mood has to really get to me to do it, so I kind of put it off for just a day or two, I think. And then what was happening was, I don't remember the day I did it, but it had to be a week or two ago, maybe over 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. Again, these are things I should have looked up before I started recording, so I don't sound stupid. But basically, I didn't do. I decided to do a different subject before I did the second part, because I guess the thing is how my mind was. First off, the seasons are changing here. I'm in New Jersey. We still get all 4 seasons. Excuse me 1 second. And they're actually quite, I would say dramatic, because when we're going into a season out from another one. So let's say like what's happening now, fall. We're still in fall, and it's going to be fall till almost the end of December, I'm sure, technically. But we would go from like mid 70s to all of a sudden like down into the 40s, and then a couple days later it would be back up to 70, and then back into the 50s, and then then we'll go back to the 40s, and then into the 70s. It's a big roller coaster. And when it starts with the changing of the season, I get seasonal depression, and it's gotten actually pretty bad as the years have gone by. It's gotten worse, and it's actually, I would say, worse, of course, in the colder months, or the winter, the fall into winter. I still get it when it happens with spring and summer, and so that'll last a few days, and plus, of course, with the changing of the daylight savings and the cold coming in, and it's getting dark fairly quickly, like it's getting the sun setting basically a little after 4:30 in the afternoon. So, and with it being so dark and cold, and then it's also been quite rainy and just dank. So, I've been dealing with that, and it can last a week or two. And on top of that, then I had coming up, let's see, it's maybe about a month. Well, it's less than that now, but going into November, it was about a month for the anniversary of my mom's death, first anniversary coming up, and so that's on my mind. And the holidays, being without her, especially, so it's just wasn't that. Just stay down. So that wasn't too pleasant of a feeling. And I'm trying my best to I basically always try to avoid it, thinking about it too much. And that's actually what I'm grateful for diamond painting about. See, I'm kind of getting a little lost because I don't want to get too emotional, and I'm grateful that I have the diamond painting because it keeps my mind occupied. So there's those two things, and then finally the whole election mess. I'm not going to get much into it, certainly not now, but just the stress of it all. I used to always say, I don't want to say this anymore. I used to say I'm a very political person, but I actually don't like saying that, because in truth, I don't think I am. Like, I'm kind of starting to think of it differently. The way I look at things is as a human or a moral-ish way, rather than a political way. And I don't like having like human rights or basic rights or equality, all that stuff. I don't know, to call that stuff political, I think I'm kind of, I don't really like that. And the fact that it's sort of put in that political vein, I don't really appreciate it. I can be have a political, there's certain things where I could disagree with somebody, and I don't have an issue with that. Listen, we all have different, ways to look at things, different opinions and all that. But there are some things that are not, that, what's the word? That are non-negotiable, I guess, as far as I'm concerned. And those are the things that actually matter most to me. Oh, I just seen I missed a thing over here. I'm gonna have to find one now. So that's basically. I just want to just to say that. I say all that to say. So the political stuff, the seasonal depression, and the anniversary of my mom's death, that was really heavy on my mind the last few weeks. So now that kind of a lot of the political stuff is solving itself now, the depression's kind of weared off. I still have to deal with my mom issue, but that at least I can somewhat handle if everything else is handled, I've always expected it to be a little hard anyways, and you can't really deal with that. Just knowing that it's there, and I can prepare myself in a certain way. For instance, I'm going to put up the Christmas decorations and everything before Thanksgiving, because if I was to wait till afterwards, I don't think I'd really want to put anything up. So, that's the only other thing. That's why I kind of there was a delay. But there was also a delay, again, talking about political stuff, and personal, I guess, too. I was going to do a politically themed WIP Chat, because, it was before the election, and I was just getting so frustrated and worked up about things. I mean, I always generally am anyways. But, I kind of really wanted to just, not that I think it would affect anything, of course, but I just wanted to do it before the election and, be like, encourage people to vote but, I decided against it. Again, the laziness really the main reason. I'm not saying I won't do it in the future, because I still have my views. They're strong views. I'm unwavering in them, and I'm not going to apologize for them. I believe in equality and treating everybody right, and everybody should have, basic rights and be treated fairly, all that kind of stuff. So I might go down that road in another time, and complain about that. And there, of course, if I did that, there would be a warning for anybody before I talked about it, just in case you don't want to hear it, because believe me, I know there are plenty of people who don't want to hear political stuff. They just, either whether it's because they disagree, they know they're going to disagree with me, or because, their craft is their getaway, and they just, want it to be fun, or, things like that. Or an escape. So, I know I'm rambling, but so there was that. And there was one other thing. So, I was on YouTube one night, and I was actually going to before I say that, I was going to probably combine these two, the political thing and the thing I'm going to talk about. Again, I might still do that. I might do them separately. But I was on YouTube one night in bed before I was about to go to sleep, and I, was seeing if there's any videos I wanted to catch up on, or whatever. So I was on the YouTube, basically homepage, and they have suggestions for things to watch of people you're not subscribed to. So I'd seen a video, a title, or the title and, or, the little box of the person. But it was really the title that grabbed me, and I was like, that sounds interesting. I wonder what that's about. I'm not going to say, again, I don't want to go into it too much in case I decide to talk about it later, because believe me, I can talk about this for a while. But it was, wow, 20 minutes already. I'm not even on my main subject. I'm sorry, guys. I thought this was going to be like 15 minutes. So I seen the title and it intrigued me, and I thought, okay, so let's watch it. So I started watching it, and it started going down a road I didn't expect. Just she would start talking. I just wanted to say, it was a celebrity, or I guess she goes a celebrity's video. They were, I guess she does videos for YouTube all the time now. It's kind of like most people, I think, who do that do like Instagram stuff. I don't really do I have Instagram, but I don't really do it or go on it very often. But I think most celebrities who do that do Instagram things, and they're like, because they're short videos. But she was doing these videos, and they were long videos about her life and her feelings and what's going on and all this. And again, the video title is what drew me to it, and I thought, that sounds interesting. I want to hear that story. So she starts talking, and I didn't expect what she said, and then I thought, okay, and then I went to her YouTube page, and I listened to a couple more, I think, maybe one or two more, and I did catch some other titles that intrigued me. And so I started watching one, and I don't want to say anything about what it was that was the topic or what was going on, but so she had, if you want to call it a guest, I think this was maybe someone she knew, her friend, I don't know, somehow maybe she's friendly with some other person. And they were discussing the subject, and it really honestly upset me. Because, again, I don't want to go into it. I know you're probably saying, well, why are you mentioning it? This is a long and personal subject, so I don't want to go into it now. It really deserves its own time. But it upset me, and I was hot after watching it. And again, I was in bed, I was about to go to sleep, and I decided to watch this, and it made me so angry and so upset, the subject matter that they were talking about, and I was like, I cannot believe this. So I was like, I'm definitely doing this tomorrow. And then, of course, I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow. And then, of course, people had commented on my other videos, and I was on it the next day when I seen their comments, or I decided to respond back finally, because sometimes I lag a little behind on the comments by a few days. So a couple people had responded, and I was like, I think especially probably to my WIP Chat, the first one, because I had just done it, and so it was only a day or two old, and I was already thinking I got to do one about this subject. And so I in the comments I was like, well, if you thought this was something, wait till you see what the next one is. I'm gonna be putting the part 2 of the questionnaire aside, because I have to talk about this subject, it'll be a lot, and stuff like that. So, and again, out of laziness and just debating, should I do this? So it's going to upset people if I talk about this stuff. And in the end, honestly, and even actually yesterday, no one actually ever really has said anything to me about things that I say. Ironically, until yesterday, someone writes on one of my videos, which okay, hey, if you want to do it, you can. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't bother me. On my video, if you want to in the comments, listen, I'm putting it up. It's my opinion. If you want to disagree, fine, go ahead. I'm not going to dispute you or have a fight with you or get into discussion, because that's not what this is about. This is about me doing my craft, talking about my life and my feelings. And if people are upset about it or think it's too heavy subjects, or just want to have light and fun discussions, I'm fine with that. You don't have to watch. I'm not offended, and you don't want to watch be on my channel at all, though that's your decision. I'm just doing me. I'm being me, you know. But ironically, yesterday was the first time someone actually said, "Oh, you shouldn't talk about political stuff on your channel. People don't agree with. Not everybody agrees with you." I didn't respond back yet. And, you know, that's fine, but it's my channel. This isn't a political... This isn't a feeling-free political zone, or whatever you want to call it, free zone. Sorry. Anyways, so I say that again to say that the thing that I've seen and my feelings towards it, some people might not like what I have to say. So that's the reason why it got this second one got delayed, and then the questionnaire got pushed back. Okay, that's enough about all that. I'm sure you're probably... I'm talking in vagaries, and I know people... I don't like that when people do that, and I'm sorry about that. Let's get on to the non-vague stuff and to the more diamond painting topics, okay? So the third thing I wanted to talk about was... Well, third and fourth, because they're connected. I want to say I'm not criticizing any companies. I'm just offering suggestion. You know, I don't think it hurts to have people's opinions out there, or customers' opinions. So I'm just offering some suggestions. I doubt that they're watching this, but you never know. If they are, maybe they'll think about it. Maybe if, you know, some of you all, if somebody watching my video who's, you know, in contact with companies, maybe they'll give them a little mention about what I feel. Who knows? I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. Again, just an opinions I have here. And so the first one is about... Oh, excuse me a second. Kind of content or subject matter with diamond paintings. When I was just to start off, I think there's kind of basically, in my opinion at least, probably 5, you can say, let's say 5 categories of like type of designs you see. I kind of think of it as you have things like animals, then you have some sort of portraiture / cartoon animation of people or characters. Then you have a mixture of what I'll call either landscape or buildings and nature. Then you basically kind of have mixed in there, but I think deserving a separate category because there's so many of them, and they're not necessarily in the landscape or nature kind of thing. Excuse me. Flowers. And then 5th, you kind of would have like miscellaneous, something that doesn't really fit in any of these categories. So personally, I'm an animal lover in real life. I adore animals. I prefer animals to people, you know, but I actually don't as far as diamond painting goes, animals is not my thing. I mean, I've done some, of course, but in general, it's probably the least, besides miscellaneous maybe, or the catch-all kind of group. But animals, diamond paintings are probably the least subject that I do. I like landscapes, I like flowers, nature kind of stuff. And I like doing of people and characters. And that's kind of what my focus is on, is the people and characters issue. So I know I'm not the demographic, or probably the key demographic, or it's just target demographic of a diamond painter. I know probably 95% are women, and I'm a man, but I'm kind of, if you want to say, keep popping them up. But I'm also a gay man, so I kind of don't, I kind of, in between, I always say I have the best of both worlds, I kind of, I think, gay people generally tend to float between the masculine and the feminine a lot more than straight people do. So I always that's why I say it's kind of the best of both worlds there. And so I love doing flower stuff. I love doing feminine stuff. I'm that's more of my personality than the masculine. But there is limits to it, and that's my point. There's a little, not that there's too much, but it kind of feels at times that there's almost the only type of portraitures or characters or cartoons or animation, whatever you want to call them, are of these, big-headed, big-eyed, tiny-bodied, if you want to call them girls, I don't know what you call, characters. Again, generally they're, I guess, cartoon or animation. I don't want to call them a cartoon, but these animated things. And listen, I'm not against it. I'm not saying they shouldn't be doing it. Obviously, they're making tons of money for these companies, because that's why they release so many of these. And I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying I think there's, kind of room for more than that, isn't there? And I'm not against that either, because listen, I have a few. I recently bought, the little girl, the green thumb from Distracted by Diamonds. That kind of falls somewhat in that category. I have, from Diamond Art Club, I have I don't remember how you say her name, but I'm going to say the Madeira. I have Mother Earth. I have the Ice Princess. I have the Sugar Plum Fairy. So it's not that I'm against these characters or anything. They're not, generally, most of the time, they're not my personal taste. And again, I'm not saying they shouldn't make them, but it kind of seems that that's almost all they want to make when it comes to any sort of character, human type character. And it's kind of like, geez, can't we have normal looking people? And even with the normal looking people, it's kind of sometimes just I don't know. I'm just kind of disappointed when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I'll give you an example, like Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland is obviously such a big favorite amongst most people, and there are so many diamond paintings of that subject matter with Alice and everything. I have found there's only one that I actually like out of probably who knows how many that these companies have released, and that's one from Diamond Art Club. I don't remember the name or the artist, but again, the one I liked was the one that she looked like a normal girl, and I think she was sitting with the Cheshire Cat and the Toadstool and the caterpillar. That's like the only one that appealed to me, and I would have bought it, but I didn't buy it yet. I maybe eventually I will. But it's like every other character. Like when you see of Alice, it's again of these big eyes and these, and I don't know, just disturbing, or she has tattoos, or again, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying it's not my type or my taste, and I just wish they would offer a bigger variety. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying don't give these to people, because again, obviously they're big sellers, but there's tons of artists out there, I'm sure, that have different perspectives that you can get, and it just seems like and not just Alice, of course, but all these other characters, it just seems like they all look the same, and it's all the same stuff, just a different artist. It's like, come on now. Again, there's tons of artists out there, whether they're known artists or just artists that put on the web. I mean, I'm sure these higher end companies have like some sort of talent scouts or people looking in the talent pool to get to get subjects for their paintings, so to create diamond paintings. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Is I just wish that the diversity amongst the type of characters were different. I mean, diversity in itself is hard. I know that some people have talked about wanting to see diverse characters racially, and I certainly 100% agree with that. But I also would like diverse characters as far as how they're drawn as well, not just giant-eyed, weird-looking things. Well, sometimes weird-looking, sometimes, honestly, to me, I'm going to say it, and don't get mad or throw fruit at me, but I think some of these look like they're like little kid pageants, like the little girls dressed up to look like women. It's like way too sexual. It's to me, and I'm not a prude or anything, believe you me. But I don't know. To me, it's just creepy looking. Some of these, it's like they're supposed to look so cute and young, or whatever, but yet I don't know. I don't even want to go into that much more. I just, again, it's everybody has taste. Maybe as a man, I see it differently than women, and even maybe women aren't realizing that's kind of how it's coming off. I really don't know, but to me, a lot of these come off as being just creepy. So let's just leave it at that. And leave it as a suggestion to companies. Please look a little for some diversity in human/animation characters. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, let's move on to my final subject. Now, this is the one that is going to coincide with my unboxing soon. I'm not going to tell you what I'm unboxing or who it's from. I'm just super, super, super excited about it. So, again, a suggestion to diamond painting companies. And now I understand, at least with this, it might only really possibly could pertain to the larger companies, because I know there's a lot of small business / boutique companies out there, so maybe they can't financially do this, but I really think you have to consider not so much when I said pricing. I don't mean to that they're charging too much. What I mean by pricing is or what I said when I'm pricing, what I really meant by that was you have to, at least in my mind, sometimes offer sort of deals. Okay, let me explain. So over the last 3 diamond paintings I've bought, or at least orders I've put in, let's say, 2 or 3 orders have been because of price issues. The one that wasn't, again, I'll go back to it, was the Distracted by Diamonds, the green thumb. I really like that a lot, and I bought it even though I felt the price was too much. I had to... Okay, I'm just going to mention it even though I thought I was going to. So I bought it. It was a certain amount. Then I noticed that it kept getting put, and when it would put up after I got it, like maybe a week or 2 later, the price came down a couple dollars. I'm like, all right, well, that's weird. And then a couple weeks later, it came down a couple more dollars. And I'm like, what's going on here? It's like, gee, I bought it, and I bought it for a certain amount, and now it's gone down $6. I said, why is this? It's the same thing. So I really kind of honestly didn't appreciate that. Unless there was an issue with them and I didn't look or see what the issue was. But the fact that it was cheaper after I bought it, and then not only that, I had to pay shipping. So I wound up paying, like, honestly, as much as I like it, I just started it. I only done a small part. And so I'm again, the way I look at diamond paintings is I'm kind of basically, I only buy from a couple companies now. I buy from Diamond Art Club because I think they have the best looking canvases. So yes, they're pricey, but that's worth it. They're large. They're a large size. The rendering is the best of anybody. So I can justify that. I also order from Crystal Canvas Arts. I love crystal canvases. The price is reasonable. It's shipped from the US. So it gets here fast. You know, and I want to say, I'm not sure, but I think there's free shipping. You know, again, this is good. So, and those are the 2 companies really that I only see myself buying from for the most part going forward. Most other ones, not so much. And again, part of it was with the green thumb one. Like I said, the price dropped on it after I bought it. I had to pay shipping, which was something like I think it had to be like $10, $12. That was, and honestly, even though I really like the diamond painting, that was an impulse buy, and maybe I shouldn't have bought it. When it's done, I'm sure I'll love it, and I'll be like, all right, it was worth it. And that's where I'm getting to the point with pricing. That's probably going to be my only buy from them. Sorry, but not only generally, I don't really find much of the other paintings that they have had to my personal taste, but with having to include shipping cost plus the high price of the paintings, which, you know, again, to me, Diamond Art Club kind of more appeals to me. So, and that brings me on to Diamond Art Club. As you can see, This Christmas one, the other Christmas one, the fireplace, I mentioned in my unboxing video. Why did I get them? Now, I love the designs, but guess what? Had they not been offered at a lower rate, I wouldn't have bought them, most likely. And because I bought the both of them, again, free shipping kicked in. So, free shipping plus a discounted rate for two gigantic diamond paintings of top quality. For me, that's important. And again, if you want returning customers, if you want people to if you want to attract people in the first place to your product, but then if you want returning customers, you have to offer some deals. I just think that's a smart business thing to do. I'm not a business person. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But from somebody who buys it and who's quite honestly cheap with money, that means a lot. And so, I bought these two. I'm happy I bought them. It's coming out fantastic. And I felt I got a good price and I got a good deal. What other thing is... Excuse me for a minute, will you? I'll be right back. Just enjoy the painting. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Hope I didn't take too long. So, I'm almost done with this, don't worry. With the WIP Chat, I mean. So, on to my unboxing for my next video, which, again, I hope will be tomorrow, which is Friday. It's scheduled to be here Friday, tomorrow. Now, I bought 3 from Dreamer Designs. They came out recently with a whole bunch of other new designs. There's 48 of them. And I bought 3. Now, I have had, as you know, if you watch my videos, issues with Dreamer Designs. To me, they're hit or miss just generally as a company. I think they have the best glue and the best diamonds that I've worked with. Personally, that's my opinion. But the symbols suck. Just straight up. They get a big F. Glue, diamonds, A+. Symbols, symbol clarity, I should say, F. Now, if it had not been for certain deals from Dreamer Designs, I would have only have ever bought 1. Currently, now I will have 5. So 4 were bought because of deals. Let me explain. As, again, you might have seen in my previous video about the exuberance, the big colorful confetti tree. I bought that because there was an issue with the symbols that I think apparently they were clear about, or they let you know with. I don't remember when I bought it, seeing it, but apparently from what somebody else told me, that it stated that, you're buying it at this discounted rate because they weren't happy with how the symbols came out. Okay, that's fine. And so guess what? Again, a 60 by 80 dime painting. Originally $60. Licensed artwork. Beautiful. Around. Which I was so happy about. On sale. On discount price. Saved $20 basically because they had an issue. So that's something you do. If you're a dime painting company and your diamond painting for whatever reason had an issue with it, offer it a discount. Well, don't just like get rid of them. Like, I don't know what these companies do. I don't know generally what they do. But if there's a issue with your stock that you have, don't like, and you know you don't want to take a loss from the company or whatever. However it goes against. I'm not a business person. I don't know how it works. But offer them at a discount. People will be grateful, especially if people. You might get people who had never gotten a painting from your company because maybe they felt it was just a little too expensive for them. So if you take down the price somewhat, they might be like, all right, well, I'll try it. And guess what? Maybe they'll love it and they'll decide, even with whatever flaw there might be there, and they'll be like, all right, you know what? Next time I'm going to buy again from them because I really liked it. So there was a flaw with the Dreamer Design symbols. They charged $40 for it. To me, that was a great deal. So, what happened with their new stuff? The new stuff came out at the beginning of this month. I looked at the new releases, and again, beyond the fact that I had issues with the symbols, generally most of their stuff I'm not attracted to. There are some that I like, but not so much that I'm like, okay, I have to buy them. The two that I bought previously, the Chuck Pinson and the Exuberance one, I'm like, I really like them, you know, so that was good. But most other things, there are a couple other things that I would like maybe to have, but I don't really need, and I rather, honestly, I can buy somewhere. I can get stuff from 9 Hour Club that I like better. That's just the way it is. But they released their new designs, so I looked through them. And I seen a couple that I really liked. Again, I didn't need them, and I was really looking for rounds because do we have to go through this spiel again? Squares are work. I have plenty of squares. Unless I door it, I don't need another square. I'm almost done, don't worry. So I looked through them. There was a round that I liked. Then I found one. I'm not going to tell you what one it is, or you'll see in the next few days. I found one I had to have. Unfortunately, it was a square, but it was a must-have. It means a lot. Let's just say I don't want to go into it. I want to talk about it when I do the unboxing. But I had to have it. Now, with that one, and that was the only one I had to have. So the other ones, I probably, if this one didn't come up and I didn't have was offered a deal, I wouldn't have gotten anything. But the one that you're going to see soon was a must-have, but again, at the price, and then again, it wouldn't have qualified for free shipping probably, so I would have had to pay that plus shipping price, plus the fact that it was a square. Even though I really loved it, I might have passed on it. I don't know what for sure I would have done. But I got an email before, like it was probably a day or two before they went on sale. Buy two, get one free. I'm like, well, you got me now. Why? Because, again, what's the deal? They're offering, they're $60 diamond paintings. They're large size. They're like basically 60 by 80s. The normal price is $60 from a, I guess, what you'd call a top company. They're licensed artwork, so they're going to be more money. So what happens when you buy two, get one free? it basically plus because that then that qualifies for shipping, which again, for me, I know it might sound stupid to you, but to me that means a lot because I hate paying. It's just a thing with me. I hate paying shipping. If I can get away from paying shipping, I will. It's just a thing for me. It's a pet peeve of mine. I can't explain it. Maybe it's really stupid that it means a lot to me that I don't have to pay it, but it's just who I am. I can't just explain it. So it would have qualified for free shipping with this. Plus, do the breakdown. Three $60 paintings. Buy two get one free. You're spending $120 in full, but divided by 3, that's $40 each. So again, you're getting a 60 by 80 licensed artwork, new designs from top company for $40 each, basically. To me, worth it. And not only that, included in that is one that I really felt was a must-have. So my whole point saying of saying all this to say, if you can offer some deals, companies, listen, you don't have to do it all the time. Do it a couple times a year. Offer something like that. Buy two, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Offer some discount prices. Just put a sale or have sales sometimes. Because it's good for customers. Honestly, you want to keep customers. Most people will, if they like you, though. And you're popular, and people are going to buy from you anyways. But if you have sales or just some sort of discount thing going on, you'll get more business that way. And not only that, you'll also, if you do these kind of things, you'll get maybe first-time customers to come. Again, now I don't know with the, at least as far as the Dreamer Designs thing, with the email that I got from them, I don't know if that was a wide range. I don't know how that worked. I don't know if this was a blast email. I don't know if it was a selective email. I don't know if you had to, buy more than one. Like I said, I had bought 2 before, so maybe since I had bought twice before, that it was for returning customers type thing who bought more than once. I don't know if it just went out to everybody who had subscribed to them. I really don't know, and it doesn't matter as far as this conversation goes. My point was, for me as a returning customer, it worked. If you're a company and you want to, get some new customers, offer deals, and don't only limit it to new customer only. That's really a cop-out and a turn-off for me, honestly. I don't like when people do that. Oh, well, new customers can get the... No. Don't do that. Offer it to everybody. Again, you'll get more customers. Maybe, again, not everybody can afford to buy tons of expensive items all the time. So, or when you offer discounts or promotions or something, maybe people will be like, all right, well, I was able to, I can save some money on this, and I normally couldn't buy it because it was too expensive, but now I'm saving more on it, so I'll splurge a little and I'll get one. And maybe months later, you'll do another one and they can come back again. This is what I'm trying to say is, you can... to me, it's common sense that the better you are to the customer, the better, the more return they'll return, and the more people will be attracted to them in the first place. Okay. So, I'm about to hit an hour. I'm gonna bid you adieu, people. I'm sorry for rambling on and on. Like I said, I so wish these conversations went better, because in my mind, I just spilled them all over. Oh well. I guess that does mean it's the perfect time to leave, right? I spilled all the my thing of drills on the. Anyways, like I was saying, in my mind, I always feel like I know what I'm going to say, and it's going to say concisely and sound so smart. But I kind of get lost when doing it. So I know I babble, and I'm sorry about that. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to show you this when it's done in a few days. I can't wait to show you my unboxing of my dream design. Now, I don't know if I'm going to show you just the one or the other two, because I might wait till after Christmas, because I might save them for Christmas for me. So I haven't decided on that. So you'll at least get the one I really wanted. I'm going to show you. So you'll have 2 videos coming up in the next few days. Alright? Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope I didn't drive you too crazy today. I love you all. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And until next time, be safe and be happy. Bye, guys.